ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Just Acting Up show. We got a special guest up in this building. We gotta applaud this king right here for the hard work he do. Eric Hunter, what's up, bro?
What's going on, guys?
Yes, sir, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a busy man right here, man. He does some amazing. Like I'm flat out impressed. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now. Like what you do, brother. Like, man, I applaud you, sir.
Appreciate you, man. It means a lot to me, especially coming from y'all. Y'all some kings, so I respect y'all.
Thank you. Hey, you know what? Other kings respect other kings, man. I salute you, homie. I salute you. Yeah. Straight up, bro. Straight up, man. So go ahead, let's get into it, man. Let's talk about the Oshea TV series. Give us a snippet of your story, your background, and how you got started into this, and we'll talk about it.
Okay, no problem. So my whole situation with the film industry and acting and all that stuff, it started like in 2007. Well, really, I've loved film all my life. So I've always gone to the movie theaters, always been like an escape for me, right? I would go to the movie theaters and that would be like me going to a whole different world. Like I would go in there and just love it. And I'm sure y'all probably done it. You go to the movie theaters when you're younger and you go from one movie to the next movie to the next movie, you just kick it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, from that to getting a little older to where the movie theater was like the hangout spot, right? Like everybody would go there Friday night, Saturday nights, you know what I'm saying, from school, you know, try to find a girl or something like that, or you hang out with your homies, all that stuff. So it was the spot. And then, you know, as I got older, you know, probably 2008, that's when I like caught the bug, right? I had this girlfriend and she was in the Art Institute in Colorado. And, you know, I would take her to school, you know what I'm saying, take her home. And one day she said, hey, can you come in and be talent? Like, you know, we don't have any talent and they just want us to get different looks on the camera. I said, all right, that's cool. You know, I had a good personality, whatever. So I went in there and I would just improvise and I would just do all kind of different voices and I'd do different characters and all these different things. And I would just give them all kind of different looks and stuff, right? Just improvising. And like their professor loved me so much that he had me keep coming back. So from there, I said, I like this acting thing. This is dope. So I started doing acting. Like I started off acting. I didn't start off creating or directing. So I did little gigs, you know what I'm saying? Like little extra roles, walk-on roles. Then I had like little small roles, you know what I'm saying small, you know, dialogue. And that grew a little bigger. And this is all in Colorado. And then it got to the point where like I was doing like national commercials, right? So I did commercials for like the military, for National Guard, stuff like that. So I got to that point and I was doing my thing and I was like, man, I love how the directors just sit over there and they created this whole thing and now they get to direct on how it's going to play out. I've always been a creative. I've always been somebody who wants to create my own lane. So I said, I'm going to try my hand at that. So, you know, I ended up with a mentor and he was showing me the ropes. And he said, write a script, you know what I'm saying? Let's see how it goes. So during the time I was writing that script, I started doing my first music videos and stuff like that, which was like a country music video. During that time, still multitasking. So, right, I'm doing this. I have a rap group that I'm mentoring and grooming and getting shows for and managing. And then I had a country musical star that I was doing the same thing for. So we did their music videos, stuff like that. I came back to him with my script and it was trash. I was like, this is the one. I'm going to break through. I'm making it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wait till they see this. And it was trash. It was trash. So, you know, from there, he was like, all right, you know, okay, you know, I see what you wanted here. I see what you were trying to do. Let's go back and like, let's just, you know, so I kept retooling it. So that leads up to, you know what I'm saying, like 2012. When the shooting happened, right? So, you know, during that situation, I was working at University of Colorado Hospital. I was in X-ray, and I was married, and I was newly married. I had a new son, and, you know, things were good or, you know, rocky. New marriage, new baby. So, you know, we were going to go see that movie, The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Then, you know, we got the tickets in the morning, and then we got in a fight in the afternoon. We took the tickets back that afternoon, said we ain't watching this movie, so I ain't going. Later that evening, you know what I'm saying, my friend suggested, or he pushed me, said, look, me and such and such, his girl said, we're going to go see the movie, man, you should just go, let's just get out, whatever, clear your head. All right, man, you know, I'm just go. You know what I'm saying? She ended up going to her mom's. So I went and got the tickets. Key thing to this story is When I bought the tickets in the morning, those tickets were for the exact theater that James Holmes was in. When I bought tickets at night, the tickets was in the theater right next to him. So all that happening potentially saved my life, my ex-wife's life, all that, you know what I'm saying, from being directly in that room. You know what I'm saying? So I always thank God for that. So go to the movies, and at that point, you know, we're in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you gotta, so you guys are film guys, you can appreciate me painting this story. You know, we're walking up, we park and we're walking up, and it just, that night just seemed like really nice, really bright, really, you know what I'm saying? Just, it was different. Like I seen little, like the kids that were dressed up in Batman and Bane outfits and stuff, and they're walking and stuff. And it's like, everything was just like perfect, right? Slow motion, you know, type of stuff when you remember it. You know, you get in there, and I was mad. I was like, why aren't I in the big theater? I don't want tickets for this theater. I want the big theater. That is a big theater, sir. You know, all right. So go in there, we get our popcorn, get our candy and our drinks, get in there, get up top. We're like, man, let's sit up top, man. I won't sit too close. I want to be able to see everything, right? Yeah. So we get in there, and the movie starts. Oh, it's bad, man. This is dope. You know the opening scene with Bane in the plane, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving it. So watching the movie, and at some point, smoke starts billowing into our movie theater, right? I'm like, man, that's weird. Everybody's like, all right, you know, they're trying to make it special for us. And then, like, when you get closer to the scene where the guy who basically playing Robin, he's getting into like a fight in the alley, in the bar in the alley.
Yeah.
And at that point, you know, that's when like the smoke gets thick, and then we hear gunshots ring out. And then I kind of stand up like, what the heck? And I'm looking around, everybody's kind of looking around, and you see some people kind of like just leaning a little bit. And I'm like, that's weird, but they're really trying to make it special for us, because when the shooting starts, the shooting was happening. I'm giving y'all real details.
Yeah.
I don't really do this anymore, right? So when the shooting starts, the shooting was going on at the same time that there was a gunfight breaking out on the screen. So we were really thinking, okay, they're really trying to match what's going on in the screen, right? So I sit back down like, all right. My friend was like, just relax, we're good. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe 30 seconds later, when the character plays Robin, he gets to the alley, he's hiding behind it. Man, I remember everything vividly. He's hiding behind the trash cans, and bam, 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 shooting over the trash cans. That's when those other bullets rang out, right? Pop, 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 pop. They'll start coming through the wall heavy. At that point, boom, 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 they start to hit people. They start to fall over. You know what I'm saying? People really getting shot. So I shoot up. I was like, hey, man, something not right. Don't go down there, man. I don't know what's going on. Don't get down there. I said, bro, I got to see what's going on. Like, you probably need to get out of here. So, you know, it's not the blackest thing, you know what I'm saying, to say or do, right?
Yeah, right.
but hey, right? So I stand up, and then I start walking down the stairs. And I see like a little puddle of blood. And I'm like, hey, man, I said, somebody shoot me here, bro. We got to get out of here now. So what I didn't know was, you know, as I'm walking down the stairs, he's starting to look around and trying to figure something out. He looks back. There's a door in the Royal Colorado at the top of the theater on the left and the right side. There are doors that lead to the lobby and that lead down into the lobby. So my friend runs to that door, opens that door, tells his girl to run out, and he starts getting people out through the top. Me, I'm still heading down the stairs. I get to the screen. I hit the screen. I make a left to the emergency exit. When I hit the emergency exit, I go there, open the door. There's two girls there, two young white girls. One shot in the shoulder, the other one shot in the jaw, right? And they're like, please help us. Please help us. Somebody's shooting in our theater. Shooting, please. So, you know, I freeze a second, right? And I'm like, oh, shoot. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real. So the door's starting to close, and then I open the door and I snap out of it. I say, okay, come in. I got you. You know, I bring him in, and as I'm bringing him in, that's when the shooter's starting to come around, right? So he's coming around behind them. This dude, you know, he has the hair, he has a full SWAT gear on, you know what I'm saying, big guns, all that stuff. And it's like he had a look like this, you know what I'm saying, like no emotion, right? So I'm freaking out. My bad. I'm freaking out. I close the door and I hold the door for like 3 seconds. I let go of the door because I'm like, I don't want to get shot through this door. Like, I don't know what this dude's doing. I see he shot through the wall. So I go in, I help the girls, I have them on the wall in front of me, I'm helping them. And then like there's a guy there. He's like, hey, you want me to help them? I'm off through the paramedic. I said, please help him. So he starts helping him. I back up a little bit and I just start looking around. And you see some people crying. You see some other people that's just still, that's just not moving at all. They're just in shock, right? Nobody's running out the theater like you would think. Like this going on, you know, it's everybody's boxed in. So you got to understand that people are thinking like, I don't know if there's like multiple shooters in this movie theater. I don't know if, you know, nobody knew what was going on. So nobody was leaving the theater. Everybody was just panicking. A lot of people were crowding around the girls. So I get on the phone. I call my wife at the time. She didn't answer. I leave a message. She calls back like 30 seconds, crying. She's like, you know, all this other stuff. We said our last goodbyes because we don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen. So do that. From there, I go over to the group. I'm saying, hey, look, we need to find a fire alarm. We need to pull that fire alarm, let them know that we're here. We don't know what's going on here. Right. That we need to let somebody know we're here. So we're looking. And then like, we see behind the two girls that there's a fire alarm right behind them. So we break the little thing, we open that, boom, hit the fire alarm. Now the alarm's going off all around the building. At that point, I'm like, hey, look, call the cops. Everybody get on the phone, call the cops. The director in me, right? I'm directing people in the chaos. But I'm like, look, we need to call the cops, let them know that we are here and this is happening. You know what I'm saying? If it comes from everybody, they're gonna pick up, they're gonna know what's going on. Call the cops. So we call, we're making our statements. As I'm on the phone, I'm walking over to the wall and I'm like feeling on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay, you know, the bullets come through this wall. Like, what's up? So I'm feeling it, and it's like, yeah, bullets went through that wall. Still smoking a little bit, right? Crazy stuff. Mind you, it's still foggy, it's still smoky in there. And it's not just regular gas. So it's like, it's getting to be a little, you know, not okay. So from there, you know, so I turn around and two guys, they come into the movie theater. They're like, we need everybody to leave, exit out the theater now. We need everybody to leave. And I look at them and I'm like, hey, you know, at this point, I'm like, I probably shouldn't be taking this much control of the situation, but I am. I said, I don't think nobody should leave. I don't know who y'all are. Y'all don't got no badges on. There's nothing that says that you're a cop. And I don't know who you with, but we're not leaving until SWAT comes in. I don't think nobody here should leave. We're going to stay right here. You know what I'm saying? So he scoffs at me, you know what I'm saying? And he leaves. So maybe like 30 more seconds go. And when you're in a situation, it feels like 5-10 minutes, but it's like probably like 30 more seconds goes by. I'm in there, I go back to the girls. Then I turn around and I go to like, you know, that tunnel where you come into the movie theater at. Mm-hmm. I go and I start like kind of creeping down that and I start looking. And as I do that, put your hands up, move out, hands up, move out. I'm like, okay, I gotta let them know. There's two girls in there, you know, they shot. So I run back. I said, hey, they're here to help. They're here to help. You know what I'm saying? Like, we good. You know, we're gonna get out of here. And I turn around and I kind of tell a couple other people who are just frozen. And then I put my hands up and I start moving out. So when I start moving out, that's when everything like really hits me more than that theater, because we sectioned off in that one theater that whole time, right? So you don't know what's going on outside that theater. You just know it's bad. And you don't know how bad, but you just know it's bad. So as I get out there, that's when like the alarm gets louder. You start seeing blood on the wall, you know, the bodies on the ground, stuff like that, people crying, screaming, all that stuff, right? And I exit through the door and it's like coming like you're like, oh, I made it. That's the feeling you got. And then I get to my friends and I see my friends, we unite, we hug. And then we like go like, hey, you know what's going on? I don't know what's going on. They said somebody shooting in here, right? So I go over to the cop, like, hey, like, you know what's going on? He said, look, there's like 20, 30 people shot. We got reported there's a bomb in the back in the movie theater. And we got a SWAT team that's clearing out the mall behind us because there may be a bomb there. Don't go anywhere. We're going to start sectioning people off. So I go back and I tell my friends, as we wait, 40 people, 50 people shot. We hear that. Then they bring this little white girl out. She's shot in the head. It's bobbing. And the guy looks like one of the same guys that tried to tell us to get out the theater. So I'm seeing like, dang, they got people just not even uniform doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, but in time I ain't know. I see you as a potential threat. So okay. you know, that's when it hits us. We, you know, crying out. We, you know, it hits us hard. You know, this is bad. You know, so my friends like, this is history. Like, this is bad, bro. Like, this is not normal. So at that point, everybody's on Facebook. Like, Facebook was just, you know, popping right then, right? You're on Facebook. And I still got all those Facebook messages, which is crazy. So I got my history. I never delete nothing. I'm one of those kind of people. I don't delete messages, Facebook stuff, none of that. So it's like I'm on there posting like, hey, shooting at a Royal Theater, movie theater, Century 16, 20 people shot, 30 people shot, whatever. And I'm just posting that. People starting to hit like, what? Like the whole city's waking up because it's like 1:30 in the morning. So the city's waking up. Like, what's going on? At that point, they section us off, right? And, you know, they get the kids out that had the uniforms on. I was really happy about that and all that stuff, right? So from there, and I'm telling you all this because it plays into Oshea.
Yeah.
From there, you know, me and my friends are just, you know, we eventually get to go home at like 2:30 or 3. We couldn't take our cars because it's part of the crime scene. So we had to leave the car there, right? So we had to walk. You know, mind you, I probably, you know, so we were walking down the street, and as we're walking down the street, because we had the girl, she had a friend that was gonna pick us up. So we're walking down the street, and we just talking about it and stuff. And then like we see people like parents and stuff like walking up there concerned. Then we see like somebody like we see somebody in a car. It was a parent, it was a couple. It was like, do you know what's going on at the movie theater? And we're like, we start telling them, they're like, did you see somebody who looks like this? And it was like, nah, we didn't see him. You know what I'm saying? But they're letting everybody out. So, you know, I don't know who their son was or daughter was. I just hope that they didn't get shot. You know what I'm saying? And I never knew that. But you got all these parents coming. We finally get to, you know, the car, and, you know, we get in and we try to make little jokes, stuff, make light of it. I get home. I'm just laying there. I don't go to sleep all night. I got to go up to this high school to debrief. I go and I debrief. And I ask some questions. I say, hey, and y'all been to movie theaters. You guys are movie buffs, so you understand the logistics I'm about to give you. They said, okay, well, I said, hey, man, I said, the theater James Holmes was shooting in is on the right wing of the building. The only thing between that build or that theater and my theater is a kitchen. It's a full kitchen. Y'all know the kitchens. Those are big kitchens. There's a lot of metal, a lot of everything in those kitchens. I said, is it possible for gas to travel from that theater, fill that theater up, go through the bullet holes, fill the kitchen up, and then travel in mine and fill mine up? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess if it's the right way, I'm not at liberty to say. I said, all right, man. I said, well, look, I said, I only got one other question because I already debriefed. I said, would the bullets, those many bullets, be able to go through that theater, through that kitchen without hitting anything, and then into our theater? I just don't know how to answer that one, sir. I don't. But here's my card. If you have any more questions or thoughts or you've seen anything, let me know. So some questions. It's weird because it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. And it just didn't make sense, right? So get done with that. I go outside, and there's one person there. They're with the media. Hey, what happened? What's your story? I tell them my story. And another person comes. Hey, what's your name? Spell your name out. What happened? And then like I look up, and it's like 15 people around me. Hey, what's your name? Spell your name out. Where are you from? What happened? What's your story? From there, I get called for Fox News. I go on an interview there. Then I get called to go up to the media camp that's on site. Nothing but media trucks there. Do my interviews there. From there, Good Morning America. From there, China, all this stuff, right? So I'm doing this story all over. Then all of a sudden, I see on the news somebody with James Holmes burned down a building. Okay, that's crazy. So then from there, I see, that night following couple nights, I see somebody, I had my Facebook locked at that point. Somebody went on my Facebook, they hacked my Facebook, they took pictures, videos, and information off my Facebook. They made a YouTube video. It's called Eric Hunter, You Must See. It's still up. It's called Eric Hunter, You Must See. And it has a creepy Illuminati music behind it. And it says, as you see here, they say, this here is Eric Hunter. Now, some of the stuff he's saying doesn't make sense. And we strongly believe that he's a military Illuminati actor. And and then they start saying, how, as you clearly see here, that green screen behind them, there's no way that the theater would have been there. This is that. So that creeped me out. I backed off. I was backing off the city council thing, me running for city council. I backed off all the interviews, everything. I said, this is not cool. So from there, a couple weeks go by. Now you got the whole world getting into it, right? So if you go online still to this day, you got people that try to discredit me, discredit all of us. Like people in there after the whole theater was remodeled saying, well, Eric Hunter's story doesn't make sense because this number of theater is over here, this number of theater is here, and the logistics or whatever. And I'm like, bro, like the theater, they renumbered all the theaters, so you don't know where it happened. And you guys weren't there. You don't know anything of what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? But and there's another detail, two other things that people never said, 3 things that people haven't said, right? That y'all probably don't know, the world don't know. If you go on, and it goes with what happened to me. If you go on and you look up the shooting and you look up the crime scene photos, you'll see that theater exit door on the outside and the back. You'll see footprints walking, bloody footprints walking over to my door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are the 2 girls. That's their feet. Two, I don't know if y'all ever worked at a movie theater, but right, me too. And that's the crazy thing. After this happened, like I moved out here and I was like, I'm gonna be a movie manager. I'm gonna manage a movie theater. Just get over it. It's hard. But if those ushers would have did their job, this would have never happened. If they would have did their job and they would have did theater checks, it would have never happened. And that's how James Holmes got through. James Holmes and this a lot of this stuff inspired Oshea. I'm giving you a lot of details where I haven't told them.
No, you good, man.
Right, no, you good. We good.
There's a character in season 2 of Oshea that's called Bobby Bloody Jaw Johnson. And he's a cop who watched his family get massacred. He watched his family get massacred, raped in front of him, killed, right? And I base him somewhat off of James Holmes. Because like James Holmes in real life, because I wrote a script to that day. I wrote a script of what happened in my life that day, right? Dope script. It's the best script I ever wrote. I'm sitting there, like it's gonna be dope. But in writing that, I learned a lot of stuff about the shooting, man. Yeah. And talking with people in my city. I talked with some cops. So in the news, they say that James Holmes was caught in the car, going to his car, trying to, reload and all that stuff. That wasn't true. He wasn't caught there. He was caught in the crowd with us. He was bloody and all that stuff. He was trying to get away and blend in. That's one thing. Second thing, James Holmes was not insane. He pleaded to insanity. That's why he didn't get the chair. This man felt like he saw nail demons. So he would hear banging on his walls and he would see nails coming through his walls, right? He would see light flickers on the side of his eyes. He felt that every person he killed was a point that would be added to him to make him a better person. Yeah. And the last crazy thing is this dude was going to school for neurosurgery, right? He was going to be a neurosurgeon. Yeah. I worked at the University of Colorado Hospital. He was doing his clinicals there, same time. We probably sat in the same lunchroom, all that stuff. Walked in the halls with this guy, didn't even know that this was a guy that would change my life, right? So crazy thing is, a lot of that influence, characters in Oshea. Like Oshea, and I'll tell you that. But so from there, I talked to my wife at the time and said, hey, look, we live 5 minutes away from this theater. We're going through here, it's just a lot. Like, I think maybe we should move to Houston. She said, I think we should too. You know what I'm saying? Your family's moving down there. You have family down there. We should do a fresh start. I said, cool, let's do it. So I ended up moving down here. I had 2 things. I had Oshea and I had my invention, Dolo Go. I moved down here and I'm going to do that. So I get down here and I start networking. I start building. And while I have this character, I'm not ready yet, right? I need to build more. So I connect with people out here and I start guerrilla filmmaking. You know what I'm saying? Just start making little films. I'm talking about we out here with flashlights with bags over them. The bags are the diffusers. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they're really getting it in, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at my older stuff, I'm using my house for like everything, right? It's gonna be a horror show. It's gonna be like 5-minute short. We're gonna call it The Shadow, and it's like the Grim Reaper thing, right? It's gonna be at my house, and then like he goes from like he's hearing stuff in the kitchen, and then like he all of a sudden he's gonna get killed. Then his friends come over, they get chased him, and they gone. Then we go back, and he's in the background. He's being haunted, like all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
We end up in the woods somehow, and we're in the woods, bro, with like roaches under our feet and all kind of stuff. The ground was moving. There's so many roaches. Man, this team, they were dedicated, bro. This is my FLE, Final Line Entertainment. Love, you know. So we go from there. I'm building up the team, and then I get to the point where I'm like, I want to do the show. I want to do Oshea. Do y'all know who Gregory O. Nicholas is?
No.
No, you ever heard of him?
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he was a dope actor out here. He passed away last year, right?
Yeah.
So no, earlier this year. I'm sorry. So he was the first Oshea. Yeah. And I will show you guys a picture one day of our first cast of Oshea. Man, our cast looked like a whole bunch of young faces. Everybody was little and stuff like that. It was like, they ain't leading. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we had the spirit, right? We had the spirit. Yeah. This was 5 years ago. I was doing that. 5.5 years ago. Started Oshea. And the script was dope. And it was going to be a 4-piece short film extravaganza, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 short films. And it would conclude this whole story. And then, you know, I was like, nah, we don't stop because it's not rolling the way it needs to roll. You know, nothing's happening. So we stopped. And then we do some short films. And then I ended up doing a short film with Antron and Greg. They're both the title roles. It's called Too Deep. Dope short film. I love that short film. So we do that. And we see like Antron got the script like maybe like 30 minutes before he got there. And he just killed it, right? He learned the script and just did it. And it's like 10 pages of script. You know what I'm saying? He did it. And Greg was like, man, that's Oshea. Like, that's Oshea, bro. Like, I think it should be Oshea. I was like, you sure, bro? I mean, you're Oshea. You're Oshea. Nah, man, that should be Oshea. So we approach him, we tell him about it, and we start growing this show, right? We start growing it, and we're doing it, and again, it stops, right? So 3 years ago, we stopped again, just because we couldn't get it off, man. We didn't have, things weren't going right. Yeah. So we stopped. I go through a divorce. I go through all this, you know what I'm saying? Kids, all that ups and downs. So then we get to the point where, like, before I brought everybody else on who's here currently, and Antron and I was like, look, man, let's just see. Because I think if we do something with purpose, it's going to hit. He was saying, yeah, I think so too. So me and him go out and we just start filming this sizzle reel. And we're like, okay, I was like, look, I'm going to have Oshea here, here, and here. His mentor dies. He's grieving him. He's this and that. We're going to have an intense mirror scene. You're going to do a shower scene because women going to love it, right? So we're going to do all this stuff and it's going to be dope. We did that. And from there, it blew up. You know what I'm saying? It blew up.
I mean, I know you told that story before, but but you didn't, you know, tell all the full details because, you know, that was the premiere and everything. And I know, but this panel right here gives you a chance, an opportunity to, you know, fully go into detail and everything. And it's, first and foremost, you know, I'm sorry that you experienced that right there. I know that's some traumatizing things, brother. And your fight or flight mechanism, bro, the way how you, like you said, you were just in director mode when all that was going on. Man, I applaud you. I had to kind of hold back tears because just hearing all that and just witnessing what happened in that moment, I can only imagine what you felt during that situation, bro.
Yeah.
And it was good that you was able to help those people out during that time, despite of some idiot that wanted to take matters in his own hand and be the judge and executioner. So, man, hearts and prayers to you and everybody that was involved in that right there. That's straight up right there.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Just to piggyback on what he said, man, just the way, I mean, you painted that picture just, oh my God, I couldn't imagine being in that situation. and just the fact that you were able to take that tragedy and take it and be able to use it in your art, you know, that's amazing thing, you know, because some people, you know, PTSD is real, you know, that's something real traumatic that some people don't ever get over, you know.
You're right. And I had to, I mean, I don't know why, you know, they offered help. They offered like PTSD help and all that stuff, but I had to go through it. I just went through it. Like, and I'll tell you something else I don't really talk about. I mentioned it at the TSU thing we went to, but, you know, it's probably giving away a lot of myself. But so when I was young, I know y'all all noticed like this knot I got right here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when I was like 7, I got shot, right? So when I was 7, I got shot here and the bullet went over, boom, lodged there. And the reason I got shot, me and my cousin were playing Cowboys and Indians, and he ended up picking up his dad's pellet shotgun. But this is back in like the early 90s. So the pellet guns, those pellets were like this big, right? They're like that big. So when I got shot with that, boom, you know what I'm saying, went into my skull. And you know, when you're young, your skull's still forming. So went in, hit there. They rushed me to the hospital. I'm bleeding, helicopter, lift me, all that stuff. My family come around and they're like, okay, so you're going to be okay? You're going to be able to get it out? They said if we took it out, it'll kill him. So we can't take it out. He has to live with that in his skull. They said over time, it'll mend with his skull. He'll be okay. He just can't have x-rays. He can't have those. No, can't have MRIs. I'm sorry. If I have an MRI, it'll pull, you know what I'm saying? It'll pull and it can hurt me. So I lived growing up with PTSD for a while, but I didn't know it until I got older. I was like, oh shoot, I had PTSD. Because I would flip out with cousins, I would get guns, or they act like they had guns, whatever. You know, so I had to get over it. So going through that shooting, I went through it again, you know, so after that. You know, so I knew how to handle it better, I guess. And that's why I didn't go get help. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's crazy, you know, when you go through these certain things, you know what I'm saying, over and over, you know what I'm saying, how it transforms you. That's when I'm on set and I'm like, hey, if this scene's gonna have, you know, like when we was at the we was doing the speech scene, right? And I was like, hey, gunshot go off, y'all need to react like this. I know how to react with a gun. I've been around, you know, shootings. Like, you ain't been around no shootings. You've been like somebody shot in the air around you, whatever, but you're not gonna react this way. You need to react that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, the gun, you went through this gun situation. Now you're going to have this happen. You're going to react that way. You know what I'm saying? It's not coming from just air, or I just read some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Or I was just around some shootout, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, you know, I've been shot at, I've been in a massacre, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, that's where it comes from with that. So with PTSD, it's like, it's happened twice. I don't want that to happen again. But that's what I'm trying to, in this show, I'm putting out certain things. Like, if you notice, there's a lot of shooting that goes on in Oshea. There's a lot of violence that goes on in Oshea. Because as Black men, like, think about it, bro. Every time you talk to a friend, you turn on news, get on Facebook, you outside, it's like, man, it's like somebody always getting shot. There's always some guy getting beat up, stabbed. There's always some kind of violence. That's what it feels like to be a Black man in America. It's like you're always under attack. There's always violence around you. So I'm trying to put that on screen and be like, look, oh, you think there's not enough character development and there's too much violence. Well, that's what it feels like being a Black man in America. It's always violent. You're always under attack. You feel me? So that's why that's happening that way. That's why it's portrayed that way. And it creates PTSD with us, and we have to live through it day in and day out. So while I went through PTSD with the shooting and then with the massacre, you know, we grew up with PTSD. We grew up with violence around us and having to keep our head on a swivel. You know what I'm saying? I just have a little heightened sense of that, you know what I'm saying, because of the shootings I went through. But I was able to handle that the way I did probably because of what I went through and some other things that I'm not talking about. But, you know, that's why the show is that way. And that's what I'm trying to show and portray in here, like, that PTSD is real on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, man.
And you're capturing it. You're capturing every bit of that moment too, man, with all that, brother. And man, that's another reason why I applaud, you know, what you do. And it's not easy. And like Chris was saying, to put that trauma into art form and to show that to people, and so they get an understanding of what Black men or what Black people go through. That's all that and more, man, is why we're here with you, and We applaud you for what you're doing and putting that message out to everybody so people can understand what goes on. So yeah, man.
What is every day like for Eric? Like, man, when I'm on the chat, it's like you got this going on, that going on, this going on, that going on. You hitting. I try to keep up as much as I can, but it's every day. It's always something is new. It's like you just stay busy every single day. So what is like your everyday routine? What does Eric do from the time he wakes up to the time he goes to sleep?
You crazy. Okay. Look, I'll put it to you like this. I'm the kind of person that I don't really care how people think about me or what they judge me on or whatever, because it's like, it is what it is. Right. So this is really, I'm gonna give you just a stripped down version of like what's real. Like, I'm not the kind of person that's gonna be like, oh, like, yeah, I put up cool pictures and I have no losses, I don't struggle, I don't whatever. Brother, you know what I'm saying? That's not real. So this is what it is, right? I wake up and from there, I check the Facebook, I check my messages, I check all that stuff, because it's always gonna be something coming in from somebody needing something done, something changed, something updated, right? I do all that. From there, I'll probably go downstairs and I'll write. I'll start writing or I'll edit. I'll edit, maybe a video, part of a video. I'll write a little bit for a new script. And then from there, I go out and I drive. So I Uber and I Lyft and I DoorDash. I don't have a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? I do all that because if I don't do that and I get a 9 to 5, I won't be able to do everything else that we're doing. Right. If I go get a regular job, everything with EDH, Oshea, everything stops. Period. There's no more. So I'm like, okay, that's my sacrifice. So I drive and I do all that stuff just to make sure everything is good. So I'm doing the bare minimum of making sure that my life is cool, so I can keep this dream and goal and all that stuff going, right? So I do that. I do that from like maybe 8:30. Well, I get up at about 7. I do all the other stuff, writing and editing and stuff, until probably like 8:30 or 9. From 9 o'clock to about like 12:30 or 1, I'm driving, I'm getting that money, I'm doing that. After I do that, then I go and I make calls. So I'm probably calling people from like 1 o'clock to like 2:30 or 3. So I'm calling, I'm checking in with the New York team, I'm checking in with everybody here, like as far as the group. If somebody has a message, I try to get back to them. I miss a lot of messages and I try to circle back, you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing that. And then I'm coordinating, okay, what's going to go on with the filming? What's going to go on with, editing? What's going to go on with the event that we're doing? And then from there, when it hits evening time, I go back out and I drive some more, right? So probably like from 4:30 to 7:30, I go and I drive some more. Now, on a day where I have a gig, like I have to do a commercial or whatever like that, I work that in there. And then when it hits nighttime, I may relax a little bit for like a couple hours. And then like when it hits like 9, I'll go back to editing. I have an invention that I'm working on. So I work on that for maybe like 30 minutes to an hour. And I edit until probably like 12 or 1. So I got to get more sleep because it's starting to come in. I don't like it. But and I'm learning as I get older, like I need more sleep. Like I try to stay up like I used to. Look, I try to stay up until like 2 or 1:30 or 2. And I wake up, my eyes are literally hurting. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, what? Yeah. And it'll hurt for like 2-3 hours. My eyes just hurt. Yeah. Editing. So that's pretty much what my normal day is on a day-to-day basis, Yeah. I repeat it. So aside from that, and one other thing, aside of that, I have kids. I have 3 kids, and my kids stay with their mom majority of the time. For weekends, holidays, I go get them every other Friday. So I meet with her in Dallas. I get them, I bring them here, time with them, and I have to take them back. So I drive the 8 hours on, but I'm working while I'm driving. You know what I'm saying? Both ways. So it just don't stop.
Yeah.
Hard of a hustler.
Let me stop complaining about what I go. Always like it's always like that when you like, I gotta do this job, I gotta do this, and then you hear talk to somebody else like, bro, let me tell you what I do. And so that's why I say I just applaud, like just me applauding you is just not enough, man. This is why I'm like, I'm rooting for you, brother. Whatever I can do to help out, I'll do my best while I can.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I gotta
man.
say, man, that I think we've all been on your sets before. For me, you know, it was my first time ever being on a set was with you. We were downtown shooting the scene, and just my experience, just to see how you're able to handle so many roles on set and just make people feel comfortable, and like, even though it was my first time when I did my first speaking role before, and it's like you're able to make people feel comfortable and kind of get them in that zone to like, okay, no, just take your time, you know, do this, do that, and pull certain things out of them, and like that speaks a lot to you, because I've been on, like, even on like video sets, I've been on music video sets, and some directors, they can be a-holes. And it's like, it doesn't feel tense, you know. It feels like a good environment, you know.
Good.
Yeah. Man,
I appreciate that from y'all.
Man, I'm sorry, I gotta laugh real quick, brother. So take us back to that City Hall scene. And so
I already know what you're about to talk about.
I'm loud.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I don't know. Well, let me see. So I had to tuck and roll real quick. So I laughed when everybody scattered around, and you was like, "I need somebody to fall," and I got you, bro. And so I laughed so hard, right when we started taking off running. And so when I tucked and rolled, bro, I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta get back up now."
Bro.
And when you showed the video of all of us, you cracking up laughing. And I came in, I think it was Aaron, who was, I can't remember if it was Aaron or who it was, but he was in his suit. And homeboy ran up the steps, and it just flowed so perfectly. Like he ran up the steps, he hit that bar, that railing one good time, boom, over it, and he took off.
Yep.
I said, boy.
Look, man, y'all make me look good a lot. Like, from the tuck and roll, I didn't expect you to do that. I was like, look at James. And the way you tuck, you was like, and then on top of that, Shanika, she gotta run, so she's running. She see you, she's like, oh, and she did a juke. I'm like, Shanika, what was that? Like, why would you run? Because she could have did this. She could have just went boom, straight line. She gonna run, see you. She ran to you. And then I'm like, why would you run over the one body? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And then Aaron, I don't even know what he was thinking about. I was like, every time do that. Every time. I don't know where that came from.
That had me cracking up, man. We saw the playback of it. We said, y'all, look at Aaron. Aaron just, like, his form was just so perfect.
Yeah.
And he hit that boom. And I said, hey, bro, you
like, you don't do stunts? You do stunts.
Yeah, oh my God.
You do them now.
Man, in a suit with church shoes?
Yeah, bro.
Come on. And when he landed, he was like, oh.
Perfect. Like, he posed with it. I said, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, Black Widow selves.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, man.
Nah,
so
man,
I mean, I know
was good.
Yeah, man. I know it's like it's tense with what you putting out there with your art and your work, but it's some fun moments, man, and you gotta take back and just take it all in and enjoy for what you're creating, like moments like that. And yeah, you got a great team, bro. You got a great team, man.
Look, so I want to say this on here, and this is something I hope everybody watches this, with what I say when I say this, right? So look, I know for a fact how this show is viewed, this production is viewed, is like, what are they doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they doing? Why isn't the show out yet? One, why is it taking so long? Two, and why do the shoots take so long? Three. So I'm gonna explain that in a short manner. Mm-hmm. One, the shoots take long because we don't have a budget. We don't have a budget. We don't have any financiers. We don't have any of that. We're doing that ourselves, right? So for it to come out at the level that it's coming out, with the quality it's coming out with, the acting and everything like that, it takes time. It takes time to be able to, groom everybody, make sure everybody's hitting the right way, the cameras, the angles are right, all that stuff, right? So I'd rather take my time and come out with something that's a hit, that's looking like HBO, than to just get it out and just rush it just so people could be happy, or we can just stay on target with how people do things. I don't care about none of that. This is not that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, the production's taking a while, right? Well, we're doing this a different way, right? Again, I want to take time for quality. I want to make sure that each time that we come out with a scene, episode, it is golden and it's ready for prime time, right? So yes, this production is going to take longer, and I don't. You can't say nothing to me to make me feel bad about that. I don't care, right? Because our product and our results speak for us. Last thing, why isn't it out yet, right? Like, what's going on? Why are they taking so long? It's not out yet. So I'm gonna say this, man, and just hear me when I say this. I'm doing this totally different. Everybody says, everybody, the way they do things is like, okay, make a TV show, you write the script. Once you write the script, you film, you get all the filming done, and then you release, right? Or you shop. With me, I'm saying, okay, we wrote the script's done. Let's start filming. As we film, let's promote. As we promote, now we have people that are starting to say, this is dope. One thing I learned is you promote from beginning to end. You never stop promoting. At that time, you're building up, anticipation. You're building up, oh, what is this? This looks amazing, right? At that point, now we're getting approached by Tyrone Dixon's and Steph or Gary Sturgis, by people like that, right? Yeah. We can fit them into this whole thing. They can course correct us along the way. So as we're filming and we're taking our time, it's growing. But it's growing in the right way, because now we're getting people coming on like, hey, you're going to mess up there. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do it this way. Okay, let's recalibrate. Say, oh, we got this dope character. Let's bring him in this way, right? We got this dope actor. Let's bring him in that way. So as we're doing that, it's growing bigger. So I'm saying, okay, let's look at Kanye West, DJ Khaled. Look at people like them, right? When they first came out, what did they do? You heard two things. I am a genius. I am the best. That was you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Kanye. DJ Khaled, we are the best. You know what I'm saying? We the best. That was it. And people, when you first seen it, was like, man, get your goofy self out of here. You know what I'm saying? Nobody worry about you. But what happened though? Perception is everything. They kept saying it. They kept showing it. And then over time, you believed it. Oh yeah, hey, Kanye a genius, bro. Like, he a genius. Oh yeah, Khaled, he the best. Period. Everything you do is golden. So that's the mentality I took, right? Same thing, hate him or love him, 6ix9ine, genius when he does his stuff with his marketing. I said, how is he doing that, right? How is he doing that? He's using social media he didn't even come out with no big albums, nothing, no big media, whatever. But he was chart topping every time. He got the interest of everybody. So I said, how do we do that? So I said, we're gonna throw the bait out there and we're gonna slowly reel it in, right? So that's what we were doing. So I said, let's film, throw the bait out there. Bait is all the promotion, all the videos that we're putting out there. That's the bait. We're slowly reeling people in, building this buzz. Let's do that first premiere. Boom. Through all odds, we kept pushing through COVID. We got one episode done through COVID. I am very happy with that, because that was hard as I don't know what, because everything was shutting down. But we kept it going. Once we did that premiere, bro, that created that buzz, right? That's the first hit. Okay, after that, let's keep filming, because we built that buzz. I use the same formula. We're at the tail end of that formula right here, right? Because we built that buzz. Boom, boom, boom. We reeled them in. That led to everything else you just seen, right? Now we're at the point, I'm telling y'all, man, like, we about to hit a deal. We got the real people on board, and we about to hit a deal. I'm gonna wait for y'all to say some other stuff. We about to hit. So go ahead.
Yeah, I'm about to say, don't. Yeah, say
I ain't going too far. But that's the real deal, though. That's the formula, man. And I'm putting it out there, but it's just so there's transparency. Like, hey, no, this is strategy over here. This is not an organization. This is strategy. I don't care what it look like. It's working.
Right. Just like a chef in a restaurant, man. You can go to these fast food places and it ain't gonna be as good as when you actually get there and cook, and you let it cook and let it take your time with it, and it comes out a good product. So
that's real.
And that's the thing. That's the thing too.
Makes sense later.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm gonna say this, then we're gonna wrap it up in a few, get you out of here. For people who aren't in film, the reason why these things take time, and me, Mike, and Chris talk about it all the time, is like that little 5-minute scene that people just watched, that probably took all day. That little 2-minute scene probably took 4 hours. Yeah, and the fight scene
probably was a reshoot. It was a reshoot.
Word.
And like you said, you trying to make sure it's as perfect as possible. And everybody like, why I take that? Like you said, the lighting, the camera, the colors, all that and more going to give that certain tone. Maybe somebody missed their line and we got to do this or do this movement, and different personalities and other stuff offset that people don't know about. Like Chris was saying last week, Coming to America on I can't remember the Netflix show. What was called, but there was a lot that went into making Coming to America to make it that first one, that make it that masterpiece that you don't know of. So man, it's a lot that goes into it, man, and I can't do nothing but, like I said, applaud you, man, and your team and everything else that we all do to push this as far as we can go, man, with it. So bro,
absolutely.
Yeah. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all.
And we want you to go ahead, tell people out there where they can follow you and find you on social media.
Definitely. You can find me on social media, Eric Hunt Dog. I know it's from like 2005. Don't judge me. Eric Hunt Dog's my tag, and or Aco Hero. That tag was given to me by Colorado. They call me a hero out there. So Aco Hero, either one of those. Find me Facebook, so Instagram, mainly those two. I like to rock with that. And if you want to email me, edhwow7@gmail.com.
Nice, bro. Tell us a little bit about the black attire event, and then we get you up out of here, homie.
All right, most def. So look, we have the black tie event coming. It's called the Blackout event. It's gonna be on November 12th at the Hobby Event Center here in Houston, Texas. So if you want to come, you can go get tickets now. $25 tickets are sold out. We got $50 tickets going on right now. Buy 2, get 1. It's gonna be dope. We got JoJo from Casey and Jodeci, Dalvin from Casey and Jodeci gonna be there. Tiana Taylor from Coming to America 2 should be popping in there. We're gonna have live performances. We're gonna have a whole showcase there. We got the crew here. They're gonna be there. They're gonna be there with the podcast. It's gonna be live. You understand me? It's gonna be amazing. And I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? We got some surprises for y'all. We got some unveilings, and we're also gonna show a little sneak peek of the universe one more time, so you guys can really see that and see what's coming. Because we are definitely doing something magical here in Houston, and also the mayor should be there and city council should be there. So that's going to be amazing as well. They are ready.
I got one more thing to say.
That boy said, hold on.
Wait.
I feel like I put me on the spot when he put his hand up. No. Wait a minute. Hold on now.
Because there's a person on YouTube that talks about the alarm that goes off. It's not mine this time. That got to be Eric's. That's it. That's Eric. That's the other black person home, not mine, because they got on me. Said somebody need to change their battery. I changed mine.
Look,
that's Eric.
Look, it's me. And if you black, you understand that you got somebody in your family that it's always gonna be there. I got this here.
That's just all good.
I'm sorry. Whoever
commented, I'm sorry.
Real life.
I had an ex-girlfriend used to tell me and her get on the phone. Why you didn't change your like? Well, I ain't gonna do it, girl. Like you come on my house and come get it.
Go to Family Dollar and go get the battery.
I gotta get a ladder.
If you that concerned,
safety hazard. What if who gonna take care of you?
So like, many fire marshals in the comments.
Right.
Like, look, I'm worried about bills. Like right now.
For real things. So I gotta go to Home Depot now because you just don't like the sound. This what we doing? You insecure.
Oh my god.
No, I'm playing.
Oh man, that's funny.
Y'all, so look, what you're about to see is the newest and latest trailer for Oshea. Within this trailer, you're going to see a lot of action, a lot of heart, a lot of depth. And with this trailer, it really covers exactly what Oshea is about. So check it out. After you check it out, let the guys know what you think. Give your comments, thoughts, and reactions. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. It's about to be dope. November 12th. Be there.
We've heard the screams of our brothers, our sisters, our mothers. If I have to fall so that you can fly, I'd rather sleep with my ancestors.
A young boy lost his life. Had his whole life stolen away from him. Gunned down for no cause at all.
We can't change if y'all don't change! I shot this kid. He was wrong.
Father. Gunned down right here in our community. We couldn't do nothing about it.
And his organization. Law and order is what matters most. The rest they both push inside. What's your plan?
You know, for me.
We all did.
Come on.
Your campaign, man?